I am Anil Kumar. I have taken two questions from previous test papers on radical expressions. Let us see how to simplify or evaluate them. The first one is square root 7 times 4 square root 7 minus 3 square root 2 times 2 square root 7 plus 5 square root 2. Now, in this particular case, you could initially multiply one of these brackets with square root 7 and then apply the distributive property. So what we will do here is we'll just multiply the first term by square root 7. So we get 4 times square root 7 times square root 7 is 7. So we get actually 4 times 7, right? Square root 7 times square root 7 is 7 minus, let me put square brackets, minus 3 times square root 7 gets multiplied with 2, so we get 3 square root 14. And we'll keep the other bracket as such, which is 2 square root 7 plus 5 square root 2. Now we can apply the distributive property. That is to say, we'll multiply with the first term both and with the second term both of them. So we get 4 terms. We could write this as equal to 4 times 2, 8. Actually it is 28. 4 times 7, 28. So let's multiply by 28. 28 times 2 is 56. Square root 7. 28 times 5. So we get 28 times 5. So 30 times 5 is 150. So we'll take away 10. Let's use calculator. So we have 28 times 5 equals to 140. So plus 140, within square root we have square root 2. With minus, when you multiply, you get negative sign. 3 times 2 as 6. Within brackets, I prefer to write 14 times 7. We'll see why. Then minus 5 times 3 is 15, and within square root I will again prefer to write 2 times 14. Now here we get 56 square root 7. This cannot be simplified further. 140 square root 2. 14 is 7 times 2, right? 14 is 7 times 2. So 7 and 7 is 49. We can bring down 7 outside. So we get 6 times 7 within square root of 2. Now here again we could write 14 as 7 times 2, bringing 2 out. So we get 15 times 2 within bracket 7. Do you get this? Alright. Now you can combine like terms. Square root 7 terms can be combined. That is 30, right? So when you combine this, you get 30 plus, take away 30 from 56 gives you 26 square root 7. 140 minus 42 gives you 98 square root 2. So that becomes a simpler form. Now let us see how to evaluate an expression given in this form. We have 3 square root 48 divided by minus 4 square root 8. So 3 times 48 could be written as 16 times 3, right? We are actually looking for perfect squares so that we can do square root of 16 and get 4 out. Now denominator is minus 4. 8 could be written as 4 times 2. Minus 4 and 2, you could simplify, write 2 here. So we get minus 2 times square root of 9 times 3, that is 27. And denominator 72 could be written as 36 times 2. So that is the strategy. Now we could write this as 3 times square root of 16 is 4, so we'll multiply by 4. Within square root we have 3 now. In the denominator we have minus 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so we can do 2 outside. square root 2 minus 3 square root 9 square root is 3, so we can write 2 times 3 within square root 3 divided by 36 is 6. So that's what we get. Now this can be further simplified, and then we'll take common denominator. 2 times 3 is 6, that gets cancelled, 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So what we get now is equal to 3 square root 3 over 2 square root 2 with a negative sign, right? And negative of square root 3 over square root 2. Now we can take a common denominator of 2 square root 2. That gives you minus 3 square root 3 as the first term. Here you have to multiply by 2, minus 2 square root 3. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5 square root 3 over 2 square root 2. Now it is always a good idea to rationalize. So we'll rationalize this, multiplying and dividing by square root 2. That gives us minus 5 square root 6 over 2 times 2 as 4. So that is the value which can be evaluated from the given expression. I hope you understand and the steps. The idea is to simplify a square root radical term, we have to split it into a perfect square and a multiplier. Once you do that, it becomes simpler. Feel free to write your comments, share your views, and if you like and subscribe my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for watching and all the best.